To the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Flag of the state of Mexico, reassemble to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That make kind of a French drain in that corner. If that don't work, they're gonna have to bore underneath the track. Do a roast basin, will come do it for us for 5,000 and put a drain into that French drain to run it out to the pond. If the ground just not taking the water. So it's all that water, it has got the crown, but it all floats down into that corner.
Right.
And it puddles up and it's just too much water, it's cushioning and it's not percolating to the ground. We did the 1 year inspection on the baseball softball field yesterday, and the section of the softball field that we lost that whole section. What was happening was one of the solenoids on one of the timers. It would kick on, but it only letting it water 20 minutes at a time. So that's fixed. And the grass is turning green and coming back, but we did that and we were talking to them about foul balls hitting their neighbors over there and how we're gonna have to come up with something for that and we did get the announcer stands put in over there. But the 1 year inspection, it looks like everything's actually pretty good. There's a couple things, the kids are kicking the gates and opposite the gates in, so we can come back with welts and bills. So they can't kick the gates and make them come off the hinges and. So. They'll kick them and the gate will go in and then. So it looks like they're out. Because instead of opening the latch.
Right.
They want.
What about the netting? Take that off.
Yeah, it's come recommended, to take it off every year, then we put it back up there. And which it takes. No, it's falling down.
I haven't seen that. Is it torn
No,
or
it's
just tattered from the sun?
it's just the zip ties are coming off and it's just laid down here and there.
So that's one.
So we're just shorthanded as we could be right now to actually get it down and hold it up. I don't know how much longer it'll last, because I don't think the sun's gonna let it. Has it?
Wouldn't think so either.
Tomorrow I'm going to Tulsa to pick up our new bus. I'm leaving 6 in the morning, be back on Saturday. Megan's the only board member going to the retreat, leaving tomorrow also. And we're pretty much done with all of our staffing. That we have a couple of EAs that they interviewed today for kindergarten, all kindergarten classrooms are big enough, they have to have an EA in each one. So Ms. Lochner interviewed some today and they look like good candidates. I feel like we have very minimal people left to hire. We may have to hire another maintenance person. We're not sure what's going on there right now, but anyway, that's if there's no questions for me, that's my report.
Consideration of agenda.
Yeah, Mr. President, members of the board, I'm recommending approval of the consideration of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda. All in favor? Aye. Consideration of minutes.
Yes, Mr. President, members of the board, I'm recommending approval of the consideration of the minutes.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. All in favor? Aye. Consideration on check register June 2024.
Yeah, Mr. President, members of the board, I'm recommending approval of the check register. We can't put it on the board, and Mr. Bregler is here to answer any questions. If there's no,
I have no questions. Make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Alright. Consideration of idea B, special education.
yeah, Mr. President, members of the board, this is a idea B, the SPED report to do every year, something we have to approve every year, and they said, Kozlowski just got it finished, and I'm recommending approval.
Make a motion. I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Nothing. Alright, consideration of Title I grants.
Yeah, Mr. President, members of the board, I'm recommending approval of the Title I grants. Ms. Montoya is here to answer any questions. She's our federal programs director, and she does all the grant programs. So if you have any questions, she's here to answer them. It's another one of the things we have to do every year. It's funding. It's every year it comes up in this time.
Will be used this year? The grants?
Yes.
This was something that wasn't. Or was it on the budget already? We just didn't have a proper amount? Or is it the same amount?
I don't know how, did we get more in Title I this year than we did last year?
I don't think I had numbers for all the federal grants because they were in process. when I did my
So that's something
presentation.
to be added at a
Yeah.
later date.
Mhm.
Okay.
But we have it in our budget now. and-
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Consideration of Title II grants.
Yeah, Mr. President and members of the board, I'm recommending approval of the Title II grants. Again, Ms. Montoya is here. If you have any questions?
This is for teacher mentorship, teacher and principal training, professional development.
Is that the one that can be in the salary funds?
So Title I is usually where we do all of our, salary funds, because that's all the interventionists, our teachers who are working with, our populations. Title II is strictly professional development, so that is to pay for trainings, to reimburse people when they go, to pay for the hotels, speakers.
And that's what I was
That's
talking
board
about,
staff
and that's other salary funds. You know, because there's other salary funds.
She's
too.
asking
No, it would
if
be,
Title II.
Professional development, not salary. All the training and everything. Will be object code 53330.
Well, what is that other salary funds total?
I'm not sure what you.
I'm on Title II.
Oh, I don't have it in front of me, I'm sorry.
I think Matt's pulled it up for you.
Other salary.
You would have to go, down into the description. We're gonna laugh.
Look at children.
55,000.
Some of this for substitutes, I see.
Substitutes, reimbursements.
And then
for
there
substitutes.
is one teacher salary that's paid out of it.
Oh, Jill.
Yeah. So we got a teacher and then 11,000 for subs. For when they go to training, the substitutes can be paid out of Title II.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, that makes sense now. Okay, because I was like, That salary one, okay, gotcha. I make a motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Consideration of rural and low income school grants.
Yeah, Mr. President, members of the board, I'm recommending approval of the rural and low income school grants. School grants, sorry. And
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Consideration of Title IV grant.
Mr. President, members of the board, I'm recommending approval of the Title IV grant. And again, this one's was here. Was Title,
Where is
Four.
four?
it's,
That,
Title IV is safe and healthy schools. This is where we pay for our nurse aid, social worker, they're all jumbled up, I'm sorry. It's down in the descriptions, it pays for some software, it pays for,
It's like a lot of supplies.
Supplies and materials.
that's where we pay for all of our back to school supplies for the kids. Yeah. All the classes.
Yeah, nurse assistant.
Mhm.
those.
Supplies.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Consideration of Indian Education Act.
and Mr. President, members of the board, I'm recommending approval of the Indian Education Act. And the 1, 2, and 3 listed is for the Indigenous Education Initiative, improving education and cultural outcome for Native students, and support to preserve and maintain native languages in New Mexico. This is one of the ones that helps pay for our language teacher, our native language teacher. And the curriculum that came with it.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Consideration of literacy grant.
That one actually isn't in there. Because I don't have it.
The literacy grant,
Yeah.
This is
That's
the-
one.
this is the only new grant that we are receiving, but we've got,
They gave us
and they gave us a grant, but we don't have the
award letters yet.
award letter yet. But we were awarded for 6th, 7th, and
Yeah,
8th
they
grade.
sent us a congratulations, you've been awarded, and in a few weeks you'll be receiving your award memo, but we don't have it. I was hoping we'd have it.
Should we table it or approve it? Do you know the amount? So when we
I
get
don't
it,
know
we
the
can start
amount.
using it? I don't know the amount either, but it's for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And one of the reasons we wanted to move to 6th grade also is so
Right, and that's gonna be
That's all.
paid for our literacy,
Used together.
and that's what's gonna be used to pay for our literacy coach.
Oh, yes, ma'am. You discussed that already.
Mhm.
We just don't.
we just haven't got the award letter yet, so we can't, Tom can't budget it into the deal until we get the award letter.
We table it till that?
I think you can approve it actually.
Can you?
because
Approved it.
We know we have it coming, we
Right.
just don't. And it has to be used or we get in trouble for what it's used for.
Right. All right. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Consideration of Innovation Zone grant.
And Mr. President, members of the board, I'm recommending approval of the Innovation Zone grant. This will be the second year we've got this grant, and it was for 200 and,
78,000,
yeah,
which was
Have they even-
$78,000 more.
came with the money that they can literally buy a new Suburban to haul the kids back and forth from some of their, so we're gonna order a new Suburban that was really good grant. Which is awesome.
In addition to the ones we've already got.
Yeah, this is to haul kids back and forth to work sites or wherever they're going, internships, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So nobody's
And
using
with that, so
PRV.
that was wrote into the grant and approved through the grant.
We did shoot for the moon, but it was 700.
Only got 278.
Hey, bud, way you play that game.
Understood. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Consideration of Perkins CTE grant.
And Mr. President, members of the board, I'm recommending approval of the Perkins and the CTE grant. This is the one where Mr. Montes has got all those new tools. We've done a lot with culinary arts, yada, yada. There's a bunch.
Nursing
There's a
program.
nursing, all the career technical programs.
Criminal justice program.
It's really nice to have that money to help those programs. too.
Yes.
We couldn't do those programs without it.
Yeah, but
Perkins
that's
has
my
been great. Another reason we needed a new ag shop is with all these new tools.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Consideration of impact aid formula grant.
And Mr. President, members of the board, I'm recommending approval of the impact aid formula grant.
And it is that teeny tiny writing. It comes from the Department of Education, the US Department of Education, and it is based on your Native American student enrollment. And,
But
so I believe this one, I was trying to find it in the teeny tiny print, and it's about 72,000, I wanna say. So I wanna say we use that to pay like that, salary for the, liaisons or one of them.
Yeah, and since we're next to Halton Air Force Base and the reservation, we get impact aid money, which a bunch of schools don't get it.
Mhm.
The teeny tiny writing.
yeah, I thought it was what my computer wasn't working.
No.
Yeah,
Now
okay.
you know why I have that ginormous screen and I'm like that half the time.
Take it again.
It's always had LASIK surgery twice.
Not working. What is? Okay. I'll make a motion. To approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, consideration of blanket approval of bars for 24-25.
Mr. President, members of the board, I'm recommending approval for the blanket of the bars. This is what we did last year for Mr. Bregler. So when he has to get something done right away, then he'll bring the bars back to you and let you know.
Exactly.
It's just a
That way I don't
way,
have
you don't have to wait from meeting to meeting to meeting
Right.
and get behind on some of the stuff.
If there's a question afterwards, we'll ask them.
Correct.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Sixth grade students.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start here. When I was a middle school teacher, sixth graders were not allowed to play sports. And after we moved to sixth grade, actually Amanda brought it to my attention. Do you know sixth graders can play sports now? I got an NMA website and they are allowed to play sports. However, a bunch of schools don't do it because, practice facilities, coaches, travel, the whole thing. But we're wanting to come up with something new and maybe let them practice, see how many kids come out, because I'm totally against cutting kids at middle school, because they're afraid, okay, never come out again.
Right.
But we're gonna look in, it's not for football, it's only for volleyball and basketball. Track maybe, not sure about.
I recommended esports since we are gonna be starting.
Yeah, but it's esports for sure, yeah. But we wanna do something a little more than intramural with some of our sixth graders and talk to the coaches, if they come to practice. Of course, we can use some for managers. I just don't wanna see a seventh or eighth grader not get to play a sport because the sixth grader is better than they are, and then all of a sudden we lose those kids down the road that when they finally mature and become better athletes. But we can find some games with smaller schools or something for sixth graders to play and rep them ourselves and just not make it just get them some exposure to the sport and Anyway, it's just something to discuss, how we're gonna do this and how we can, like, give the opportunity, more opportunities for our students in sixth grade.
I think for basketball, I think it's, and volleyball, I think it's a great idea. How will you decide to facilitate that?
We're just gonna play with the coaches and talk to parents and see what's the best way but it's gonna be a discussion. If we do it for volleyball, we'll have 45 girls come up for junior high volleyball, which there's no way they could. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how we'll do that, but maybe the same thing we're gonna do with basketball. We just try to find some games and they practice, go to the practices and get
It's a good
involved.
start. It's a good building block to use for.
I just don't know how we're gonna do that yet without,
Can I ask a question?
sure.
I mean, for sixth graders, is it something, maybe explore the activity side of the NMAA for just sixth graders, more activity-based things they can do, like the esports or chess club or whatever, only in that it keeps them accountable for attendance and for grades, because it falls under NMAA
You
rules.
can help in discipline, a lot of it. Two Roses is such a sports town though.
Right, no, I get it,
Don't-
but they're still eligible to.
But at that, you're still at little league age. At that point too, so is there gonna be a competition between the two?
It could be, or you gotta remember, if they fail, they don't get to come out their seventh grade year.
That's correct.
There's that whole,
Right.
so if we can make it more of an intramural, something that it's not we're not having. But they're great, I think they should need to be accountable on grades and everything they do, if they're coming out and doing this stuff, that's one way we can keep them. You know, and they build on that, every year they know, I gotta keep my grades up if I'm gonna do this. But I don't know, it's just something we need to discuss, I love these sports, no matter what, we have to do that for them. And, I don't know,
That's something we need to definitely look into.
you just, yeah,
Yeah,
so it's gonna be a discussion and. The girls volleyball is gonna come up right away, so we're gonna have to. Talk about that soon and
The other day, there were 24 middle school girls that showed up to summer practices.
that's awesome.
that's great.
I'm wondering if we could kind of maybe set it up similar to that, knowledge bowl. That's through online, but just through our little
Our little
mapping
group.
area, Capitan.
Just set it up with-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, just something that's a quick trip and maybe Saturday game and
So a good introduction into it.
4 games. You know, the girls get to learn the rotation, they get to learn. This and that, this and the stuff. But it is a nice opportunity actually at the same time.
It's gonna be interesting, see how this all works out.
Or even if they're just practicing here and we meet for like the round
Yeah.
robin tournament, just once.
We may have enough to play each other.
Yeah.
And practice.
That would be great.
So then the other thing is are you gonna have just a sixth grade team or are you gonna mix your sixth and seventh?
Probably just a sixth grade team and keep our seventh and eighth like it is, or
The only reason I ask is because Captain, Carrizozo, they're mixed,
Correct.
sixth and seventh grade.
but they're smaller, here's,
They're
for sure they have to.
Mhm. Oh, absolutely.
But they may have some kids that, you know, don't get much playing time, we could play our sixth graders, even though they're seventh, eighth grade in volleyball and basketball. So the quick little games like that, we can set up, and all coaches like to do that.
The opportunities there without putting 7-3.
Then we should let them play. Definitely. I mean. If we can facilitate enough that they get some playing time, it's actually, you know, not just practicing, sitting on the bench and every good.
Don't get any time in. Yeah,
Otherwise, they'll never come back. They're like, I practiced all you have. I'm a perfect example. Of sixth grade, I played 7 seconds the whole year. I never played basketball again. I'm like, no. Not doing this no more.
That was the one sport I didn't totally excel at, believe it or not, my tall frame. Salvador was nice enough to, go ahead. Well, but every game in high school, yeah.
I know, one of these meetings said it does need to be put into work policy.
Yeah.
Our policy.
We're gonna, after we figure out what we're doing.
Once you guys get it all done because they can't play until it's in policy.
So if you're talking to, you know, your constituents, your families, and see if they have any ideas, because.
Any ideas?
Well, and our gym is small over here, and practice times would get ridiculous if you're in the winter time, it'd be 9 o'clock when they got home. I mean, we're already practicing 4 teams over there and. And it's a small gym, it could be, so until we have at least a new gym, and we need to milk our way into this a little bit, before we fill the water.
So that everybody that's gonna be using it.
That might be why I have a new building, but we have that.
Then we have that, the extra gym here, that's.
This is one big gym with a lot of seatings.
Yeah.
Football,
And sideways courts and yeah, the whole thing, we're not there.
I get.
So.
Large board reports, got through this day.
Nothing really this month. I did print out a board report for you guys, but I mean, it's just end of the year. Budgets and, you know, I kind of went over all that already with you. I'll have more information, next month. But if you have any questions, I certainly can answer.
Summer lunches? Okay,
Doing good.
I checked the other day, well, I think that was last meeting, 133 at one day, and I think that picked up since then.
Yeah, the numbers have been good. I still, you know, would hope to get more, but you know, I'd like to feed every kid in Tularosa.
Yeah.
But they're, I think having the 2 sites has helped a lot.
Yeah, that's 133 on one side.
oh, really?
Yeah.
That's it, just at this one, I haven't been over there to ask them what it is.
I think they run a little lower, but not much, if I remember right.
It's pretty good though.
Yeah.
It's surprising.
You know, we've been checking the food regularly, it's pretty good.
Yeah, we had the sample.
They're making sure it's
Diligence.
fresh.
And when is the last of the summer meals?
It goes up to the Friday before,
So all the way through August. Into August.
end of July.
The week of the 28th or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
because the teachers come back August 1st, so I think we shop at the end of July. That Friday,
Which one is 6?
I believe so.
So it's pretty neat because grandparents show up with their grandkids and. The one grandpa's like, well, as soon as I feed them lunch, I get rid of them. So he looks forward to lunch every day.
I think we're going till July or to August.
I don't remember offhand.
The
You pull-
They have a menu going all the way to August 2nd.
Okay, so it is going until August 2nd.
August 2nd.
I couldn't remember. I thought maybe.
I had read August something, I couldn't
I've been
remember.
on there August 14th for some reason. And I didn't put that in my order.
So all the way up to when they're about to come back then.
School starts. Good.
It's the 7th. When the
Yeah.
school starts.
So we'll have some reports at that point.
We could do it to the 14th where school started, then we have more to report back on, if we can do it on the regular night, it's up to you guys. But if the 14th is ready, then-
Yes. You good 14? Everybody? All right.
Our president will be gone the month of September, so the vice president better be ready.
Better stay up.
You're not
Gonna have
secretary.
gavel, you better be careful.
Not a secretary, right?
14th.
14.
All right. We get a motion to adjourn.
We'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?